The U.S. Congress has passed a bill against American involvement in Saudi Arabia's war in Yemen. Both chambers invoked the so-called War Powers Act to stop the U.S. from supporting Riyadh without congressional approval. But the motion has had to dodge some sneaky efforts to block it, as Igor Zdanov explains.
Fine print. A few lines of text that can ruin you financially, allow Facebook to know more about you than your family and friends ever will, and keep the US sponsoring a war that has led to the world's worst humanitarian crisis. The US has passed a resolution to stop Washington's support for the Saudi-led campaign in Yemen. For a very long time, many have been desperately calling for this, while the warhawks in Congress have been equally desperate to prevent it from passing. And the means that they've resorted to derail any such initiative are absolutely spectacular. When House Democrats put forward a resolution like this last time, Republicans added an amendment to it, which condemned anti-Semitism.
This tragedy is merely one part of an upsetting development that has emerged in recent years, a resurgence of anti-Semitism.
Now, what does anti-Semitism have to do with the war in Yemen, you ask? Nothing, but follow the hands. The resolution passed in the House, but was eventually refused a vote in the Senate because it contained a bit irrelevant to the main subject, Yemen. And that bit was, yes, the anti-Semitism amendment, which House Democrats didn't have the guts to argue to get rid of out of fears to sound xenophobic. And it's not the only time when Yemen's fate was decided by the small print. Last year, Donald Trump signed into law a bill which he described like this.
Through fires, floods, and freezing weather, we will always stand with the American farmers. The Farm Bill doubles the amount of farmers that they can borrow to expand and improve their farms.
He sure sounded pleased in this clip. Yet I have my suspicion that concerns for American farmers have little to do with it, because this bill appeared on his table with an attachment blocking the vote on Yemen. And an identical thing happened a month before that. The House Rules Committee voted to advance the Manage Our Wolves Act that lifted a ban on hunting grey wolves and, yes, blocked a vote on the US involvement in the Yemeni war, which is an absolute outrage if you ask me, because look at these big, sad puppy eyes. How can you allow hunting a creature as beautiful as that? But in all seriousness, though, Congress finally passing the Yemen bill without any caveats is a major milestone indeed. But it is set to appear on Donald Trump's table next. And just take a wild guess what's going to happen.
If you truly care about Yemeni lives, you'd support the Saudi-led effort to prevent Yemen from turning into a puppet state of the corrupt, brutish Islamic Republic of Iran.
So yeah, when you fix all the farmers' misery and manage all your wolves, you always have Mr. President to rely on.
Riyadh intervened in Yemen in 2015 after the pro-Saudi then-president was ousted by Houthi rebels. The bill passed by Congress has yet to be approved by Donald Trump, and he may veto the decision. Sarah Flanders, the head of International Action Center, doesn't think Trump will sign.
The resolution will very much likely go back again. There'll be other votes and other efforts. President Trump has absolutely tied himself to the feudal monarchy and to Mohammed bin Salman. So there's a certain level of international embarrassment at the Saudi failure to crush the movement in Yemen. And that's what's really behind this vote. Well, the vote was important in at least pushing back the total and overwhelming U.S. support for Saudi Arabia's criminal war against Yemen. It's a war that not one day of it would be possible without U.S. support, naval blockade, air refueling for years. It's been 4 years of disaster for the people of Yemen.